Welcome back to Science Online Classes. I am Jafar Pasha, your science teacher. Dear students, in the previous classes, we studied about the cell. What is a cell? And also we studied about that one, the cell membrane, or otherwise called as plasma membrane. What is the structure, how it is work, what are the functions, everything. Okay. After knowing that one cell membrane, we are going to study about the one more part of a cell, which is called as a cell wall. So let me identify the cell wall in a cell. Remember, all the cells are not contain cell wall except the plant cell. The plant cell, the bacterial cell, fungal, so they are contains the cell wall. So the cell wall is an outermost layer. Understood? What you can see that one, the green color. So the outermost layer, the next to the cell membrane. The cell membrane is inside, the outer to the cell membrane, the cell wall is present. So this cell wall, let me mention that one, it is a cell wall. Understood? So this cell wall is very important, present in the plants, which gives strength and support, which is called as the structural strength and support. Structural strength and support. So remember, this is structural strength and support to the cell of a plant or bacteria or fungus. So they gives a very important strength to withstand in a very hypotonic solution, or otherwise we can say in a extreme conditions. So you can say that on the bacteria, when we are having bacterial any diseases, bacterial disease, so the doctors are prescribing us to give antibacterial medicine. Why? Because this antibacterial medicine will break the wall of a bacteria. Understood? So that means this cell wall gives strength, structural strength and support to the cell, which gives power to the stand in extreme conditions in a very hypotonic medium also. Understood? Okay. Then after that one, the one more thing is there. The cell wall is very important because we can say that when a living cell, when a living plant cell loses the water through osmosis. I already told you in the previous class, the exchange or the water will get into the cell or get out of the cell through the process called osmosis. Whenever the plant cell loses the water through the osmosis, there is a shrinkage. There is a shrinkage of the content of a cell away from the cell wall. So away from the cell wall, there is a shrinkage of a content of a cell will takes place due to the osmosis, due to the losses of water through the osmosis. This process of shrinkage is called as plasmolysis. So this process is called as, this phenomenon is known as the plasmolysis. Remember, the cell wall is very important and it is not present in almost all the cells. Or we can say that when in animal cell, the cell wall is absent. And in the plant cell, bacterial cell, or we can say fungal cell, the cell wall is present. Understood? So this is all about the cell wall. Let's know one more very important cell parts. Understood? That is called as nucleus. The nucleus is very important. We see that one, as I told you, when we are stain it, when we color the cell, so the center part of a cell will receive very dark color, dense color. So the dense color part of a cell which receives maximum color, that is called as nucleus. So this is a nucleus. So we are going to study about this nucleus with the help of our video. So remember one thing before going to the video. So we are going to hear a new words such as DNA. We are going to hear this DNA. What do you mean by DNA? Yes, of course. DNA is nothing but the deoxyribose nucleic acid. Remember, deoxyribose nucleic acid. After that one, we are going to study about the chromosomes. where we are going to study this chromosome word. We are going to study about chromatin network, chromatin network, and we are going to hear the new word called as genes, and we are going to hear about the heredity. We already discussed in the previous class. Understood? So these are all the new words we are going to hear in this topic called nucleus with the help of video. Let me see. So this is a nucleus. Nucleus has a double layered covering called nuclear membrane. The nuclear membrane has pores which allows the transfer of materials from inside the nucleus to its outside, that is to the cytoplasm. So the nucleus contains chromosomes in the form of chromatin fibers. These are also called as chromatin network. This chromatin network or chromatin fibers are converted into rod-shaped chromosomes only when the cell is about to divide. Chromosomes contains information for inheritance of features from parents to the next generation in the form of DNA, deoxyribose nucleic acid molecule. The chromosomes are composed of DNA and protein. DNA molecule contains the information necessary for constructing and organizing cell. The functional segment of a DNA is genes. So this gene is responsible for inheritance, the characteristics from parents to the next generation. Hence, so we can see that similarities between the generation and also variations between the generation. So this is a DNA, deoxyribose nucleic acid, which contains the genetic material called genes. The cell, which contains a definite nucleus and nuclear membrane, they are called as eukaryotic cell, and the organisms are called as eukaryotes. But in some of the bacteria or the nuclear region of a cell may be poorly defined due to the absence of a nuclear membrane, such as undefined nuclear region contain a nucleic acid is called as nucleoid. So such type of cells are called prokaryotic cell. Pro means primitive, the early nucleus which does not contains a definite nucleus and nuclear membrane. Not only this, the nucleus which contains the nuclear membrane, this nuclear membrane has the pores which is responsible to transfer the material from inside the nucleus to the outside the nucleus, that is to the cytoplasm. Remember, the minute pores are present which helps to exchange the materials between the nucleus and the cytoplasm. Inside the nucleus, the nuclear membrane, the nucleolus and chromatin network is present. This chromatin network is changed into chromosomes, which is called rod-shaped chromosomes. These chromosomes contains the DNA, which consists the genetic material or hereditary material called genes, which is responsible to transfer the characteristics from parent to the next generation. Hope you understand about this, the cell wall and the nucleus. So the remaining part of a cell we will continue in our next videos.